Yes, y'all. You know who it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 287. Oh my goodness gracious. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, man.
Did you say you know who it is?
Yeah, I flip it every now and then. Because, sometimes I say you know what it is. That's what I usually say.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
But I think the correct English is actually who.
I guess it depends on what you're talking about.
Yes.
It could be either way.
It's married to the games is what you're getting
and
at.
We are
Right.
a person / community / group.
Maybe that is a what, since it's a podcast?
Right. It could go either way.
Yep.
Man, I don't know. I know English major. Come on now.
Ed Placencia, since you're feeling like correcting people this morning.
What?
Just kidding.
Shots
I was
fired.
just making sure I heard correctly.
I'm just joking. I know it stood out to me too right after I said it. I was like, that's not normal.
Shots fired.
Tell us how you been, brother.
Good, man. Good. Sarah and I were in Pennsylvania last week, and we just got back home Sunday night, and had a great time out in Pennsylvania. Had a lot of fun. Brought the PSVR along with me, and my buddy Nick and I got to take that for a spin and kind of show him the course, show him the ropes.
Nice.
And
Nice.
then the course. And
What did he think of the ropes and the course?
he thought it was a good ropes course. He had a lot of fun.
Good deal.
Yes,
That's the way it needs to be.
that's right.
He didn't get sick?
He didn't get sick. He played Batman. He played through the entire thing. And he did a good job. It was a lot of fun just to watch and see him enjoy that. Friday night, went to a latte art throwdown competition that Square One was holding in Lancaster.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
And yeah, it was a good time. So it was just really cool just to see how many people showed up, just to see some people make some really cool latte art and have some snacks
I
and pizza.
love that
and-
stuff. Oh.
So what's like the craziest thing you see there? Because
Yeah.
I've only seen a tree and a heart and
Yeah,
a tree again.
You'll have the flower or the heart. Sometimes people will try a swan, but it's not like who does the most outrageous thing. It's more about like whose is the most symmetrical, whose colors have the most contrast. Is the cup full all the way? Is it shiny? Does it have a sheen on it? And,
Nice.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a lot that they look at, and it was pretty cool to watch. We had a good time.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Do they check the heat?
they do not check the heat, but
Really?
yeah, well, because the
That seems like a big deal at a cup of coffee.
because they have a person pulling the shots for them, so they don't have to worry about that.
That's
good.
Okay.
So yeah, and then what's all
I would think the foam would act different in different temperatures.
yeah, and that's part of it. You definitely saw some that maybe they didn't do their foam right because someone was just pulling the shots, and so they're frothing their own milk and what have you. And you definitely saw a couple that they were like, oh, they had trouble with their milk.
Man, it really is such an art form. It's unbelievable. Like it
Yeah.
Really is.
Everything down to the minute detail is just incredible.
And what's awesome is after they judge them, they take the lattes that were up that round and they just hand them out to people and say, who wants this one?
Dang it.
And
I
so
would
it's
love
a great
that.
time. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm such a latte person. I love lattes.
It was a good time. Got to see some friends over the weekend then on Saturday and just have dinner and hang out, and it was really, really nice. The drive home was nice and smooth. And then last night on Monday, the Tapmans came over, played some games.
Tapmans came
Did you miss them?
I did, yeah. It was nice. It was to see them again, and it's become such a regular thing that they're over at the house hanging out that it's we definitely missed them. And even tonight when I was playing Overwatch with Chris and Stacy, I was like, oh my gosh, I missed you guys.
I know,
That's
right?
so great.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice. So just kind of reconnecting. Didn't get to play a whole lot while I was on the road. I remember I downloaded Overwatch for the PC to take with me, and I forgot to mention last week, the important thing about mouse and keyboard games is you have to bring the mouse with you.
doggone
You
it.
can't use the trackpad?
No.
Definitely can't.
Oh, that would be horrible. That would be my worst nightmare, the trackpad. Oh, no thank you.
Oh my gosh. So I watched a lot of Overwatch League, but didn't get to play very much.
Oh, poor Ed.
I know. When I got home, I downloaded the free games from the PlayStation that were waiting for me and played a little bit of Ratchet and Clank. Got through, I guess, maybe an hour or so, and it didn't blow me away. I didn't dislike it. I just I played it for that bit and then turned it off and haven't really thought about it. So I'm sure I may eventually go back to it. But the Assassin's Creed DLC dropped today, and that has taken up my brain. So I've been having a good time.
How is it, man? I mean, is it pretty extensive?
It's it's just another case of kind of like with the first DLC. It's a different map that you go to, a different section. So it's got probably 7 map segments that are in there.
Wow.
And what's really cool is that with this DLC, you have new skills you can unlock in the skill tree.
Ooh. Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So I definitely picked up the headshot someone with your bow and they're automatically poisoned skill.
Oh, beautiful.
That's
yes. I love the poison in that game. It's so nice.
Yeah, it is pretty good. I didn't mess with it too much, but that headshot with poison, that's awesome. That's a 1-2 right there.
I'm telling you, and then you just let people walk around and poison each other, and you just sit behind the rock.
You just sit and laugh.
Look at the scenery and enjoy the show.
Exactly.
But yeah, good week, a fun trip, good to be back, and yeah, that's I think that wraps up my update.
I like it.
Yeah.
Woo. Tim Router.
Yes, sir.
What it do with you? Dot.
Well, I didn't go traveling around and go to any latte contest or anything, but Piper's topic of the week is a runny nose. My poor girl got a
come on
she
now.
got a
What?
double shot.
Wasn't it like strep throat last?
Yeah, that's exactly.
week?
So
What the
she
heck?
had strep throat last week.
West Haven.
Yeah, right. The kindergarten.
Exactly.
She had,
They're like, oh, that's fine. I'm going to send my kid to school anyway.
yeah, it's
and
fine.
That kid's getting your kid sick.
I'll go work out and it'll be fine.
Exactly.
It's totally how it is. Lululemon all day, every day. It just should be called Luluhaven here. That's pretty much what it should be called. Yeah. So anyway, so she had strep last week. We got that done on Tuesday. Started antibiotics that day. She didn't go back to school till Thursday. Friday, by the evening, she was down for the count. Nose was running, and she was just her eyes were just so heavy and watery, and I felt so bad for her.
Man.
So she we just kept it cool this weekend. We didn't go to our soccer game on Saturday, and we just kind of laid low, and so she's finally feeling a lot better now. But it's like you really can't do anything. She's on antibiotics. I did call the doctor on Monday. She didn't have a fever or anything, but we were worried about, does this transfer into the flu or something else? And they were like, just monitor her. But really, there's not a whole lot you can do. She's already on antibiotics. Now, if she gets a fever while she's on antibiotics, then that is a problem. Then you're fighting something else, and that never happened. So, but she's doing a lot better now, which is good. So
Good.
she's
Good.
back in school. Everything's kind of back to normal at this point.
Nice.
Yeah, man, it has just been work and taxes this week. I've got a meeting with my accountant on Tuesday.
I'm putting it off, man. I keep putting it off.
I know, and I find now that I'm in it, I'm like, oh, I can, like, I've got an hour before the podcast starts. I'm gonna tackle March of 2017 and get all the expenses put in. So yeah, so fortunately, my accountant's got me like just ingrained in my skull. Keep the receipts and just keep good records of everything. So now it's just actually putting it to the spreadsheet, and then I basically give that to him, and then he works his magic and does his thing. But I also have to account a sale of a house, a purchase of a house, moving, and all this other stuff this past year. So I have no idea how all that plays in deductions and what have you, but I'm just putting everything together and then saying here. So, but it's good. It's totally worth having an accountant to handle all that wonderful stuff for you.
Right.
That's how I would do it if I had to do it that way.
Exactly. So I haven't really been able to play a ton. I have been progressing with the Frozen Wilds, and it's really great. I'm
Good.
finally remembering everything and figuring out everything, and It's really it's Horizon Zero Dawn. It's awesome. So I'm having a good time with it. So far, good story. And, just running some side missions, opening up the map a little bit more because you head north from the general map area. And so, hence, it's frozen up there. So, so it's going really, really well. I did download Bloodborne. I do want to. I'm gonna try it after the Frozen Wild. I'm just gonna give it a whirl. Might even put it on YouTube because it'll probably be hilarious. I may end up rage quitting, and it may not be suitable for children either. We'll see how this goes.
I know that's right.
But yeah, I was like, I want to try it. I've heard really amazing things about it, and I know it's tough, but I've never really tried anything like this before, and I want to give it a shot.
All right, look, to anybody jumping in for the first time,
yes, tell me about it.
Just do yourself a favor and get the axe. You get to choose a weapon at the beginning, and you really? Unlock other ones throughout the way, or you find them. I don't remember exactly. It's been so long since I was in there, but in the beginning, you get to choose. I don't know if you get to choose from everything, or you just get to choose from like a handful of weapons. Get the axe.
Really?
Does it give you stats though on each weapon? Like, do you get like any stats or analytics on each weapon as to the effectiveness, damage, all that stuff?
I don't think you upgrade like necessarily the weapon itself. I think your character just over time, like you become stronger, and you can put on different pieces of armor. They'll make you stronger.
Okay.
But the thing about the battle axe, or I'm calling it the battle axe, I don't know if that's actually what it's called. It has two different modes that it goes into, and that's not unique to that weapon. There's another weapon, or actually, I guess all three. I think there's 3 weapons you can start with, and all 3 of them do have 2 different modes you can put them in. But the axe does the most damage, and when you go in the large mode, or like you make it a really long axe, you can swing it and you can hit enemies from further. So it gives you an advantage because you're going to have to learn how to do a lot of dodge and parrying and everything like that. But it makes it to where you can hit them before they even get up close enough to attack you. A lot of times, if you time it right.
Does it? Yeah. Does it slow you down though? Like because of that swing?
No, because the swing.
Did you play it all the way through?
No, I didn't beat the story. When I played it originally, there's this hub world and they have these tombstones, and that's how you get back to the other world, if you will. I went all the way through this one tombstone. I was like, okay, I don't feel like I'm done. And then I finally figured out, I can go to another tombstone, but they're all kind of all over the place. And to me, I couldn't really follow the story. The story's nonsensical to me. It was just fun to play and be in the world. Yeah, I mean, there's not really like a story. There's not even much of a narrative. I mean, it's all told just through what's going on. There's not like and then back in the day, the hunters, blah, blah, blah. There's no narrator, there's no nothing. There's very few characters in the game, NPCs who you can run into that actually even say much of anything. There's just,
interesting
people moaning and doing things. So I couldn't, trying to follow the story makes no sense at all. Yeah, because they're like almost zombie-ish and they're like, doing goofy crap like that.
Okay.
But yeah, use the axe. The axe is worth
having. So Chris,
having.
you've played it. Gabe, you tried it for a little bit. And Ed, did you play it at all?
No, I just downloaded it, but I know nothing about it.
Okay. And Gabe, you started it, didn't you?
Yeah, I ran around in there and got killed a bunch of times. Yep.
And then left. Sweet. That's pretty much how I'm thinking
this is not for me.
Yeah, pretty much that's how I'm thinking this is going to go. But it's worth a shot. And man, it's free this month, so that's awesome. I'll take
why
that.
Not?
Exactly.
Sounds great. So that's pretty much been me on the gaming front. Man, I'm actually really getting excited for Far Cry 5 right now. Like it's coming around the corner. It's going to be here before we know it. And I want to get back into that crazy world. And it's just, I hope there's a grenade launcher. I really would love another.
Did any of you guys watch there's a little short, like a 10-minute short film?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
I haven't gotten a chance to see it either yet, but I really want to.
It's really good. I really enjoyed it.
And it's on Amazon, right? Like you have to watch through Amazon Prime or something?
Yeah.
Prime Video?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I need to do. Yep. So I'm getting really excited about it. Again, I'm still a little bit like, oh, please don't let this be too like over the top, like religiously kind of weird as it could get. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes.
What are you not wanting?
I'm not wanting the cultish side of things if we can avoid it. Well, yeah. I mean,
that's kind of
we know it is. We know it is.
Main shtick of it, I guess.
I kind of don't hope they I'm hoping there's no poking fun of the fundamentals of Christianity or anything like that. Or
I don't think it's that.
I don't think it's that either. I think it's more on the political religious side, which is fine. Like I can deal with that, but I'm always a little wary of that kind of stuff, just because I don't want anybody making fun of my faith or anything like that. But we'll see. But if I can shoot,
You ever turned on the TV lately?
Exactly. No, I'm with you, brother. I was
just joking. I know what you're saying. But you're also talking to the guy that has other Christians come and boycott our shows and yell how we're going to hell.
Yeah, and that's
every week.
That's who this game is about.
Exactly.
And if I have to headshot a few of them, I'm fine with it. in Christian love, obviously.
That's right.
Love. Exactly, of course.
Iron sharpens iron.
Spray them with the Holy Ghost. So yeah, it'll be. But I'm actually really excited for this. I'm really excited to see, like, I think like the hunting's going to be great, and like all of the crafting I'm kind of looking forward to, because I mean we did a lot of that in 3 and 4, but like this is like prime hunting country, so I'm really excited for all that, and just the whole leveling up process is always fun, and getting new weapons. So yeah, I'm ready to get back into that Far Cry world. So it'll be fun.
There you go.
That's it for me.
Nice.
There you go. What about you, Chris McCracken?
Oh man,
I don't even really have to ask.
Yeah,
but tell these guys.
Yeah, really.
Tell them what we did, Chris.
Well, last week was Staceys Birthday Extravaganza.
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah.
So we took off last Thursday through today. This is our last day off on this Tuesday, the night that we're recording. So on Thursday, what we did is we woke up, we drove Ellie, and we dropped her off at my mom's. She was going to stay with the grandparents for this coming week. They were nice enough to watch it for us. Mama Bread fan was watching Ellie for us. And then we drove down to Waco. Stacy wanted to go to Magnolia, obviously. I mean, we've been there a couple of times, but there's been different things that have come along there. And I think the last time that we went down there was when we met.
It's like Mecca for women.
It really is.
It really is. They make the pilgrimage every year.
They do make the pilgrimage.
The last time.
And for me.
Yeah. The last time that we went was.
I went last time too. I was like, I have to go to Magnolia. I cannot go. Come this close and not go.
Well, the last time you went was during the Celebration, right?
Well, I mean, the last time we played
at
that same arena,
that's true. That's true.
I'd made the drive up to Waco.
Yeah, so the last when they had the Celebration not too long ago, we went down there to meet up with Gabe and Jenny, but they had the bakery, the Silos Bakery, but we hadn't been to that yet. And when we were there, it was so busy. I mean, the line was like ridiculous to get into that bakery, so we had to go to the bakery because Stacy's all about them cupcakes. And so we had to go check out the bakery, so we were able to get in there and get some cupcakes and a cinnamon roll.
Did they disappoint?
Well, I didn't have any of the cupcakes. They were both hers. But the cinnamon roll, it was good, but you could tell it had maybe been out a little long. So, throw it in the microwave, heat it up, and it's all right. And then they also opened up a restaurant. It's not at the same location. It's a little bit down the road, but it's called Magnolia Table. And we ate there.
Nice.
Man, it was good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
It was good. They're only open for breakfast and lunch, as I understand it. They close around dinner time. So I got, they serve breakfast all day. So I'm gonna get me some pancakes.
Pancakes, baby.
Yeah, I got me some pancakes. They were amazing. The bacon that comes out is dangerous because you take a few bites and you're like, bring me a plate of bacon. That's what you want to say.
To me, Goose. That is
so
awesome.
jealous.
Oh my gosh, it was good. Yeah, and so then that night we went down to the show that was in Belton. We got to meet up with Gabe and hang out with him and Sammy. We went to a game store inside this kind of dead mall, but kind of alive mall. And then
It was on hospice care.
yeah, I think
Okay.
that's probably a
That
good way to
mall.
put it. But the game store, I thought the game store was cool. There was a lot of stuff to find out. I ended up buying this glass that has Homer Simpson on it and says the first step to failure is trying. So
Yes. Which is exactly what you'd get at an almost dead mall. Yes.
yeah,
Perfect.
at the Almost Hospice Mall.
Yes.
We saw the show. The show was great. And I mean, it's all that I've known, because I'm going to get to this a little bit later on, but I got to see a nice, very entertaining 1080p show, and it was awesome. And I had a lot of fun at it. It was cool hanging out with Sammy. That's the first time I've met Sammy before, but that was the first time I'd ever spent, a little bit of time with him before.
Isn't he great?
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I mean, just like you would have imagined. I mean, when you see him up on stage and the few times that I've met him and shook his hand, he always seemed like a nice dude. It's nice to see that's not just a front. He's like legitimately a nice dude. Plus, he's a pastor, so it'd be really bad if he was a jerk. So
Yeah, I know a couple.
Yeah, there you go.
they exist. So
They're out there.
I believe they're in Far Cry 5 too.
Yeah. That's right. So the next morning we woke up and just hung out a little. We went back to Magnolia, this time to shop in the main building. And then, why not go back to Magnolia Table and get some more pancakes?
You got to meet the lady behind it all.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to meet Becky that she kind of, was she actually, so does she run the restaurant or how's that work? I'm not
That's right.
completely sure on how all, okay, cool. Yeah, we got to meet Becky. She was at the show on that Thursday night show. And we had met her when we went down there and met up with Gabe and Jenny for the celebration as well. That was the first time we had ever met her. So it was good to see them again as well. We went down after we had more pancakes, or I had more pancakes.
Of course.
We went down to Austin.
Click, bloody click pancakes.
Yeah, exactly. We went down to Austin.
Family Guy for
we
you.
hung out there for a little while, and then we stayed the night there, woke up in the morning, and then drove to San Antonio. And we had dinner out on the Riverwalk and just kind of spent the day walking around San Antonio doing some stuff. And so that was a lot of fun. And then on Sunday was Toby Mac Show 2. And this one, now I got the full experience. Like I said before, I had a very nice 1080p show. It was beautiful. This was the 4K HDR version of the show. I mean, the stage is going like as far as it's supposed to. There's like accent lights coming from everywhere that you don't even expect a light to be coming from. I finally got to see the 3-tiered like video stage outline thing. I don't know what you'd call it, Gabe, but
Okay, wait. Okay, let me just ask you this, though, as you're going on.
yes.
You're not just talking it up for my sake, are you?
Of course he is. I mean, no.
No, I'm not talking up. No, for real. So the lights in particular, the ones up above the stage, definitely made a huge difference. That was very obvious to me. That's something that I noticed right away. The lights or I guess the video screens kind of thing, the outline thing, that was cool. But because I was off to the side a bit, I don't think it had quite as much impact as if I would have been a little more centered like we were at the previous location. But it was still cool to see, and I got what you were going for, and to see the full effect, and like, oh, I can see how this makes a difference, and how he's like, man, I want you to see this and not that. So yeah, I definitely got it.
I was very bummed out the first time they came to the show.
Yeah, and he's all like, you're not even gonna notice, and I'm like, I noticed, it was there. Yeah, I mean, had you never said anything, maybe I wouldn't have noticed. But now that I knew what to look for, I was like, oh yeah, wow, geez, that does make a difference. So,
because to me, like, it felt like we were at like 60%.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? And he's at the first show, and I'm like, shoot, man, this is terrible. And then I was like, okay, so there's a lot more lights over here. Then we have a third tier. I was gonna. All these things he's not going to notice.
But before the show on Sunday, I picked up Gabe, and we got to go meet up with Coach Mo.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my gosh, dude, this Coach. Okay, so I've only talked
So
with.
jealous.
I've played games a little bit with Coach Mo. He's much more of an Xbox guy, and I'm not on that area nearly as much. But I've played a little with him on PS4, and I think I've actually played a little on Xbox as well. The only other times I've talked to him is like through Twitter and whatnot. That dude, you want to talk about a heart of gold?
Yeah.
This guy, man,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it
Makes
was
you feel bad about
such
yourself.
a blessing to be able to meet. Exactly right. You walk away being like, "Dang, man."
Now I need to get to work.
Exactly. He suggested this Chicago eatery that we went and met up at, and all the food was amazing, as you might expect. It was
We
great.
were so full.
We went to
I was
another
full,
video
full,
game
full.
store, hung out there for a little while. Saw some crazy dad, and then we're like, okay, we got to get up out because this dad's nuts.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Oh man, there was this dad in there. I don't even know how to explain it. He was obviously having a bad day, but he probably shouldn't have brought his kids in there. But-
He really should not have.
Man, he was yelling at him and cussing. Oh, it was hilarious.
Ooh.
So he bought some. From what I could tell, he bought something for like either Skylanders. One of the things where you like put the toy on the thing and it puts it into the game. But they needed the one for 360, and they accidentally got the one for like Wii U or something. So
wasn't
all he
close.
wanted to do was come in, exchange this, and leave. Nah, those kids weren't about that. They wanted this, they wanted that, and he was just like,
everything.
We're not here for that. We're here for one thing. Get away from that.
Yeah, I hate bringing you guys in places like this. He's yelling across the GD. I mean, the letting him go. I was
wow.
I mean, he does hear himself. Like he sees.
How old are his kids?
Like
4
teenagers.
No,
Teenagers.
Yeah, they were teenagers, but I think they were.
Wow.
I think one happened to be touched.
Yeah, at least one or both of them were.
I didn't think the other one was.
I didn't get a good look at both, but
it just seemed like for his situation, he did not have patience for it.
Yeah, he did not have the patience for it. He even made mention one time, I hate bringing you guys in stores like this. It's like, well, then why did you do it?
Oh, jeez.
Can they not stay in the car?
Wow.
Yeah, so
Felt bad for the man.
yeah, that was pretty colorful. But back to the good
Colorful
stuff.
is definitely the word. Oh man.
Back to the good stuff. So then after that, we went with Coach Mo because we were not too far from his house, and he showed us all of his gaming memorabilia, all of his Hulk memorabilia, and he's got a lot of cool stuff. So,
Yeah, because you got to remember on Twitter, he's Coach Hulk.
yes.
And so it was really cool to see all his memorabilia from the Hulk and all the comics. Did he say he owned all of them? All the Hulk comics?
I don't know if he owns all of them, but he had like 4 boxes full of Hulk comics.
I mean, it was an incredible amount.
Yeah, plus like all the Funko Pops and all these figures and just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He had a bunch of video game like collector's editions, tons of stuff. Man, that dude is rocking it.
Yep, he means it.
Yeah. So it was, again, I can't say enough good things about Coach Mo. Dude is amazing.
Awesome.
I'm so glad I got to meet him. And it sounds like he's going to be at 300. So
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So
Let's
keeping
make that
fingers
happen.
crossed and nothing impedes that from happening, because that would
That's
be
right.
really
Coach.
awesome to hang out with him again. And
Do a
then
workout session with Coach.
yeah, all right, let's lift it up. So the next one,
That's a big dude too, boy.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
So-
You know what's really funny is that we walk around the corner when we're going to meet him, and Stacy goes, "Coach Mo," like that, and he was
Right
like,
off the
"That's
bat.
right," and she's like, "I knew it was you," and I was like, "His name's on his shirt, like it says Coach Mo right there." Anybody could have guessed it was Coach Mo.
That's hilarious.
but also
Yeah,
like
she was
when
like,
he says,
"Oh, I didn't see that."
when he says, "I'm the big one," yeah, he's the big one. Even if he didn't say Coach Mo, you would have known that's who it
Yeah,
was.
exactly.
Beautiful.
So then the next day, we just woke up, had breakfast, and then headed home. And then we were just we went ahead and took today off as well, just kind of recuperate. I always like to do
Good,
that
man.
whenever you have a vacation
Yeah.
and have a day or so off
Nice.
before you head right back to work. And just kind of decided that I would go and buy a 4K HDR TV.
No, you didn't.
You.
So
Look at you.
So that's what I've spent most of my day doing, is hooking it up, finding that one PS4 Pro premium HDMI cable, which the heck one is it, figuring that out,
Exactly.
Yep.
and
How
then
did you
messing
figure that
around
out?
with. I kind of took a guess because there's these certain cables that Sony gives you. They all kind of look the same, like what came with the original PlayStation, the PSVR. They all kind of look the same, but one had this little symbol on the bottom of it that made it look a little different. So I'm like, well, it's got to be that one, right? But in case it wasn't, I had like all these other cables to go through. So I tried a couple others, and then I found that one and tried it, and I'm pretty sure that's the right one because all the other settings seem to be saying that they're correct when I'm using that cable. So, and then there's only
Nice.
the TV has 4 inputs, but only 2 of them do the highest version of the
Really?
4K HDR, yada yada. Yeah, as I understand it, most of the TVs, like maybe the really high end, like $3,000 ones, have all of them that do it. But most of them only have like one or a couple of the HDMI ports that do it. So I'm glad it had at least 2 that does it. And I wanted to upgrade. My last TV had 3 HDMI ports. I wanted to have at least 4, so I was happy about that too. So
Nice, man. Look
Yeah.
at you.
yeah, so
That's awesome.
I've had a big smile on my face most of the day. So
I'm sure you
Yeah,
have.
but
Does
messing
it
around
look
with that.
amazing? I mean, did you put in a game and
Oh yeah. I've been so there's all these different settings that you can go through and change and like tweak the colors and all that. So I've just been putting in a game, changing stuff, putting in another one, seeing how that looks. So I didn't play a lot of any one game other than Overwatch because I was constantly bouncing from game to game because I wanted to see how they all looked, you know? So I didn't really get to spend a whole lot of time with any one in particular. In fact, because of the whole birthday extravaganza, Only thing I played is a little bit of Overwatch, but I haven't really touched anything else. The one thing that's going to be a bummer is that because I have the Generation 1 of the PlayStation VR, that breakout box does not have HDR pass-through. So if I want to utilize or see the HDR, blah, 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 I have to just go from PS4 straight to the TV. And if I want to do VR, I've got to switch the HDMI cable out. So that's going to be a bit of a pain, but I don't want to go pay for the version 2 just to get the pass-through box. I might check eBay and see if I can't buy just that box off somebody, assuming it works. I need to do a little research because it might not even work with the headset I have. I don't know how much is different outside of that aspect, but that's not the end of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
I can move a few things around.
I like it.
There you go.
Yep. And that was it for me.
Sweet.
Awesome. So Gabe basically ditto that.
Exactly. Almost exactly ditto.
I'm so jealous.
He did leave out the part that we got to watch Sweet Stacy ride my scooter.
Oh,
and that
yes!
made my whole day.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's awesome.
fantastic.
Actually, I have video of that.
How awesome was that?
That was great. She's all,
Me and Chris are just laughing behind her the whole time.
Really?
She gets so
Like,
excited.
that's
by
about
things.
the cutest thing we've seen all day.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's incredible.
That was great. Yeah, man. I mean, obviously, it was amazing seeing the McCrackens and getting to hang out. And they put up with me for 2 days, and I was very grateful. And
Put up.
then, well, you know, what I'm saying I can be a lot. And then, getting to meet Coach Mo. I mean, just to echo what Chris is saying. I mean, you're talking to the guy, and you're like, "Ah, crap! I got to go get saved again." He was just so sweet, man.
I have to be born again.
Exactly. Got to meet his dogs. His dogs were equally as sweet.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And so, yeah, that was just a great time and good hanging out with him and seeing his game area and all that stuff. And so, I mean, that's, pretty much the same thing. I put another thing of Resident Evil with friends up on the YouTube channel, and so that was fun doing that. We're definitely not going to beat the game before the tour's over. This is the last weekend of the tour, so you enjoy the pieces that are up there.
Do you know how far into it you got?
I mean, each section is like 45 minutes, I would guess.
Yeah.
So not that far. So, I don't know anything about the game, so I haven't looked up like who the bosses are or something like that, but I would imagine I've only killed one family member.
Oh, wow.
Did you kill a family member?
No, man.
Oh, really?
It's like, I'm out.
I shot that old man like a million times and he just kept getting back up again. So I said, see you later.
Oh, so you didn't. How many times did you fight him?
That one time?
I feel like I shot him and he fell down maybe 3 or 4 times.
No, but like it's a battle royale.
Is it like a sequence of events that have to happen?
Yeah, and then you do a whole another thing and go to another part of the house, and then you fight him again.
No.
Oh, good Lord.
Nah, I didn't get that far. Once I realized he was getting back up again, I was like, I'm probably not going to hang out much longer. Because
you and I are not going to be here much longer.
So, yeah, I mean, I'd imagine we're 25% of the way through the game. And unless we played it every day, which is not going to happen, because it's one of those things where I have to find the perfect time between Toby being busy and the guys that want to see it not being busy.
Yeah.
And so there was like 3 times this last weekend where we were like, "Ooh, let's do it right now." And then like somebody would show up and we'd have to talk with them. And then you didn't want to be like, "Hey, we were kind of like trying to do something here."
Right.
We're trying to play this horror game. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you could leave us be, I'd appreciate
it. We're trying to murder this family. So if you could just.
Exactly. Before they murder us. So I'm trying to save my girlfriend here. So yeah, just played a little bit more Resident Evil. There was one day that was really beautiful. We were in El Paso and I had forgot that one of the bays of the bus has a TV in it. And so we like put the canopy out on the bus and swung the TV around. So it was outside and me, Sammy, and a guy named Eric that's on the tour. The 3 of us, we all have switches. And so we all played Mario Kart against each other.
Oh, that's funny.
Outdoors.
Yeah, and so we were totally the commercial.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
3 black guys sitting outside playing
That's
Mario
right.
Kart.
Let's stop playing
amazing.
basketball and play some Mario Kart.
Exactly.
That's
So,
amazing.
We did that. That was really fun. And of course, I mean, first place.
Oh yeah.
Not a big deal, but it's
No.
a deal nonetheless. So that was fun, and yeah, man, that's been about it. Got home, like I said, one more weekend. Hopefully, I gotta hit them up, but hopefully I'm gonna see our Tulsa people on Thursday.
Nice.
I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Thursday, so there's a couple folks I need to hit on the DMs, see if we can link it up.
There you
There
go.
you go.
And that's about it for me.
There you have it.
Router, you got it?
Last weekend of the tour, man. I can't believe it.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then
That's good.
hopefully I get to get this shed done once I get home.
Yeah, then you got
There
a
you
honeydew list about a mile long. I'm
Yes,
sure.
I do. I have that as well. So, Router, you got it?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's do it.
New releases this week. Mr. Eduardo, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, The Amazing Deeds of Captain Wilkins.
There you go.
Xbox One, PC, PS4, out this week.
Is that like the second or third one?
Is that the third, I think?
I think it's
Wow.
the third at this point. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Way to go, Bethesda.
Right.
Devil May Cry HD Collection has all 3 Devil May Cry games together in a high definition package for you. As we have discussed before, Burnout Paradise Remastered for the PS4 and Xbox One.
Is that out?
Yeah, it's out this week. Armello Deluxe Edition for the PS4. Get your tractor on. Pure Farming 2018 for the PC, Xbox One, and PS4. I mean, that's the game of the year right there, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Exactly. Beast Quest Limited Edition for Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Ooh, it might tie that one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And
was gonna
of course, Splatoon 2 Starter Edition for the Nintendo Switcheroonie. We have no oops this week, even though I
Boom.
thought for sure I was going to get oops, but hey, our facts did prevail last
Yeah,
week.
you
which
know
is
your
fantastic.
dragons.
I clearly know Medusa and my dragons, so we're good. And back to you, gentlemen.
Chris McCracken.
Well, it looks like the old Days Gone is going to be Days Gone down the road a little bit more
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
because it's been delayed
What in
to
the world?
2019. And the crazy thing, I was trying to think about it. I was
Did they
like,
have a date?
well, all I think that they had ever said was 2018. I don't think they had actually put like a day to it or even a month. But the thing is,
okay.
that was announced E3 2016.
yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's getting delayed again. And before that, like, because it's Sony's Ben's game, and they've been working on it all generation, essentially. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
Part
come
of
on
me
now,
thinks
Doc.
that it's probably not, like, that the thing's almost not done. I think they're wanting to
I think
get
it
out-
stinks.
I think they're wanting to get out of the way and try to separate themselves a little bit from The Last of Us 2, which might mean
Yeah.
that Last of Us 2 is coming this fall.
Oh, snap.
You heard
I
it here
really don't
first.
think that they want to have those two games close to each other. That seems to be a dumb idea.
You
I
got to
wouldn't.
believe.
And I feel like Last of Us is going to
Parappa the
be.
Rapper.
I mean, even though The Last of Us, the first one came out in June timeframe, I don't know. Last of Us feels like a fall game to me, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
maybe.
So I could be reading a little bit too much into this, but I feel like they're
That
moving
could be
it mainly
exciting.
to just put some space between these two games. And maybe that means that Last of Us is going to squeeze in this year. Who knows?
Oh, snap.
I really like that theory, Chris. I think that's pretty wise because for me, like, I'm not even remotely interested in this game, knowing full well that Last of Us 2 is coming. It's like that's going to take all of my time. This game can just go wherever, and I mean, I think delaying it like that's a great theory, and it's a huge indicator that Ed might actually be right. So we'll have to see.
You don't got to sound so surprised about it.
No, man, I love you. I think you got it. I think you got it. I've been poo-pooing. I've been poo-pooing your theory the whole time, thinking like, man, I don't. How can they pull that off after Lost Legacies? Like, that's a quick turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, I think there's no hate here, man. It's all love for you, Eduardo. But I just thought you were. I was just like, I don't know about that one, but hey,
yeah, man.
This is a very, very interesting move. So
yeah, it really is. I think they're just trying to get people to forget about Days Gone. Like, if we keep putting it off, maybe they'll just forget we ever mentioned it.
Exactly.
That could be another theory, is that they're phasing it out or something, because it's too close to some of the all these other genres and all these other games that have already been out. It's like, I don't want to play another game like that. That's just me, though. That's just me.
Yeah. Well, Fortnite, we've talked about, is coming to iOS and Android, but you can now sign up for it to try to get in on this beta that they're doing. If you go over to, is it Riot?
Sorry.
Sorry. I should have had that pulled up.
Riot is Epic Games.
Huh?
I mean, Fortnite is from Epic. Excuse me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, not
yes,
Riot,
yes.
Epic.
Huh?
Hashtag MTTG oops.
Yeah, exactly. So you can sign up for Fortnite on iOS. You'll need to give your iOS device that you're going to use, because it only works on a couple. Sorry, if you go over to epicgames.com/Fortnite, you can sign up for the email invite. It only is going to work on the iPhone 6S and SE and above, obviously, iPad Mini 4, iPad Pro, iPad Air 2, or any 2017 iPad. And then later they'll do it on Android. But I went ahead and signed up just in case, because I've got the Air 2. So we'll see what happens.
Nice.
Go over there and sign up for Fortnite and get addicted while you're on the toilet.
Hey, hashtag poop life.
There you
Yes,
go.
and speaking of, I'm very mad at Stacy McCracken.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. What happened?
Well, see, it was her birthday, right?
Right. Yes.
And so she was always like, anytime I'm with the McCrackens, she's like, Gabe, you sit in the front seat. You're a guest. You sit in the front. And I'm like, okay. But this time it was her birthday. I was like, no, you sit in the front seat. You should be able to get to sit shotgun. But while I was in the back seat, I had to sit and watch her play Candy Crush Saga
Okay.
for the whole time. And it got me thinking, like,
It got your claws,
man,
didn't
should
it?
I download that again?
What?
So what's weird is that we were asking her, me and Sammy, like, what level are you on? She was like 600 something. She was like, that's crazy. I didn't think I'd play this game that long. I thought I'd get to like 100. And I was like, yeah, that's probably like around where I am at, like 150 when I stopped that game, right? So I downloaded it, booted it up, tied it back into my Facebook. I'm on level 470 something. I was like, oh, snap. I put in some work before I put this thing down. So I'm back to playing that, and I'm just mad about it.
What the heck?
Good job, Stacy.
I do not understand that. Like, when I watch what she's doing, I'm like, but why is it doing I don't understand at all. I thought it was just you match the colored things, but then there's like things going out and I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
I don't know what's
There's
going
a lot going on.
So I'm just going to stay out of that.
There's just enough going on.
That's so funny.
Oh, Gabe, you're so 2015.
I know. Probably 2008.
2008.
Late, clearly. Oh, good.
What else you got, Christopher?
So to kind of tie into your Fortnite on mobile story, it's also going to be cross-play with PC and PS4 or PC and Xbox One, but not PS4 and Xbox One.
Why do they do that? Why?
Well, so somebody had hit up old Phil Spencer on Twitter and said, hi, I wanted to ask that we can have Xbox One and PS4 players play together in Fortnite. We really want crossplay between Xbox One and PS4. And then Phil tweeted back, me too. And then Fortnite tweeted back at that, we three. all the more, just putting more and more pressure. I mean, I
Shots
feel like
fired on Sony.
So this has been the way that it's been ever since this crossplay stuff has come up, is that it's been Sony's the holdout, and Xbox has been like, hey, yeah, cool, we're open to that. And, all these other places are saying that they're open to that. And Sony is the one holdout. Now, I will still maintain, and, nobody can say otherwise, that from a business standpoint, Sony's making the right decision. But
you think so?
Well, yeah, because they have nothing to gain other than possibly goodwill, which that can only get you so far.
Like
and I feel like they've
branch,
banked
basically.
that most of this generation. It's like they're good on the goodwill. I mean, you can always use more, but it's not going to help them in anything. It's going to greatly help Xbox and anybody else, more so than it's going to help PS4. But
yeah, I think you're right.
That being said, Fortnite's becoming such a big deal, and not that any of the other games like Minecraft and whatnot that have crossplay aren't a big deal as well,
Rocket League.
but it's starting to get to the point where there's so many of them. Like, I just don't see how it's not going to get to the point where Sony's just going to have to bow to the pressure and bite the bullet and say, all right, we're going to do this too. Maybe.
You think it'll be case by case basis?
If they open the door, I don't think you can do it a case, but I mean, you can do whatever the heck they want, but I feel like that's a
But what I'm
stupid
saying
move.
is, it's not like they're going to go back and be like, okay, and now Call of Duty's cross-platform, and now this is cross-platform, now this is.
Well, I think they'll do it moving forward. I mean, once you've put the time and effort to develop that and have that put together, then you'll probably make it available moving forward. Probably not going backwards, but any new titles may have the.
Yeah, because the onus is going to be put on the developers going forward. So, like, if Fortnite's over here saying, hey, we have all the technical know-how and we can make this a thing right now. Heck, they already did it once, quote, accidentally, and made it happen. They proved that it works. So, if they go, let's say Sony says, okay, cool, fine, we'll do this. And then Fortnite implements it. Any other game out there that's multiplayer, they're going to almost be forced to put this into either their current game or their next version. Like, for instance, if it's Call of Duty, like Black Ops 4 maybe would have it or whatever. Because once gamers get it in one place, they're going to want it everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's only going to make sense so it's just going to be a thing where, like, if Sony opens the door, it's open and there's no shutting it, and they know that. That's why they're sticking, their feet in the mud and trying to prolong it as long as possible, because it's not going to benefit them to the same level it's going to benefit Xbox. So
I get it. I totally get it.
But they're going to have to bow the pressure at some point. If they don't, they're really going to end up hurting themselves way more than they, have up until this point. It's going to get really bad for them if they don't. They're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Well, they're just going to look like the bad guys that don't play nice with others.
Well, what's weird is that, like, PC is Microsoft.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not just, like, go that extra step to the other Microsoft stuff? It's not like they're fighting against Microsoft itself.
Right.
As I understand it, most of the games that PS4 has crossplayed with, that is like a PC game, are usually games that are either on their own store or they're on, like, Steam or something. I don't know if Microsoft gets any money from somebody selling a game on Steam, because once somebody buys a license to Windows, like, that's it. You know what I mean? You don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't know the nuances of all that stuff. Everything, obviously, that goes on the Microsoft or the Windows 10 store, obviously, that's all gravy for Microsoft. But but the thing is that the PS4 doesn't compete with the PC. That's why PlayStation has no problem doing that. I mean, you could make the argument that, yeah, they kind of do, and they kind of do, but for the most part, 1-to-1, they only 1-to-1 really compete with Xbox One. They don't 1-to-1 compete with the PC. So it really doesn't hurt them. It's not drawing away from them if they say, hey, yeah, cross-play with PC. It doesn't hurt them, yeah. So that's why they don't care. Mm-hmm. It's going to hurt them to some extent to do it with Xbox One. So.
Yeah, I don't know if it hurts them more than it helps Microsoft.
I think it absolutely hurts them more than it helps. In the short term. In the long term, I think it'll be a wash. In the short term, because if somebody's got an Xbox One and they just want more of their friends, like all their friends play on PS4, and they're thinking, man, I should get a PS4 and then buy Overwatch and Call of Duty or whatever and play with my friends, but these walls get knocked down, they can just stay on their Xbox. They don't have to go buy the PS4. Right now, there's a reason, if you want to play with all your friends on PS4, and more people play on PS4 this generation than Xbox, then you have to go buy a PlayStation 4. And if they knock down these walls, you don't have to do that anymore, unless you also are into the exclusive. There's other things to entice people, don't get me wrong. But if that's your one thing keeping you from it, and then that wall gets knocked down, you're not buying a PS4.
tearing down the walls of segregation.
Preach it. But Chris, you're right, and you basically just answered why Sony's not doing that, because they want people to buy PS4s. So it keeps them in that environment, and when you start doing this cross-platform, that breaks down that environment barrier, and then you can have one console to rule them all, and you don't need the other one.
I mean, my contingency would be that if they're going to go ahead and do it, well, let's just say they're going to do it. It's inevitable, in my opinion. I don't think for a minute that it's not going to happen. It will happen somewhere down the road. But to me, the best time to do it is now, because one, you do get that goodwill, or at least some semblance of it still. It's going to get to the point where it's just going to be like, it's about time, instead of oh, thank you, Sony. And they still have so much more on the exclusive front compared to Microsoft that they could knock down that wall. And sure, there's going to be a few people who are like, all right, cool, I'll just stick with my Xbox. But they still have the games where, like, if you're a gamer and you care about, like, really good games and want to have lots of different experiences, there's still an enticing reason to get a PS4. If they wait, till whatever the next console comes out, or let's say 2 years down the road, and we're still rocking these current ones, and Microsoft's added 4 new studios, and they've got these games in the pipe, that just makes it more and more level. To me, they should just go ahead and do it right now, because they still have a competitive advantage, even with this, possibly, hurting them. To me, I don't know. We'll see what they do.
So we know that Amazon and other online retailers are really good at spoiling things before they get announced.
Especially in France, apparently.
Exactly. This one was Canada. Amazon's Canadian website has a placeholder that currently says Splinter Cell 2018.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
What's fun about that is the last Splinter Cell game came out in 2013, and Ubisoft Montreal CEO had talked about revisiting older franchises, but saying that they had a lot on their plate at the moment, but they haven't forgotten about Splinter Cell. And that was at last year's E3. So maybe they're going to announce a little something this year at E3, and then it would be also coming out this year, which would be incredible.
Right.
Wow.
People love the Splinter Cell games. Any of you guys ever play those?
I've never played one.
No, I haven't.
That's the one with the guy with the 3 lights on his head, right?
Yep.
Isn't it
I feel like I played
stealthy?
like the first one.
Is it like a stealthy game?
Yeah, it's super stealthy.
Okay, yeah. I always had a little bit of interest, but I never actually played one.
Agreed.
Yeah. I feel like that was in my, I feel like I played that and Siphon Filter around the same time. I don't know why I feel like that, but remember loving Siphon Filter. What else you got, Chris?
The last thing that I have is Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Evolution is that game that's coming out where you're going to build like your own Jurassic Park, and I think it's coming to console. Yeah, it's going to be PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Side note, my friend Katie is super excited about this game, like crazy excited about it. Yeah. Well, it turns out that they've actually signed on Jeff Goldblum to reprise his role as Dr. Ian Malcolm.
Oh,
you got
to play in the game as
Beautiful.
Dr. Ian Malcolm. And he's going to be there like throughout the whole thing. I don't know if he's like part of your team or whatnot, but I was like, oh my gosh, can't believe Goldblum is going to be in there doing his whole...
as long as he drips some water on my hand, I'm happy.
I know,
right?
I'm wondering...
It's chaos. This is chaos. It can't wait. It's going to be fantastic.
Did somebody lift up all the dinosaurs' skirts? Or I don't know, how do you know? How do you know that all goes? That was such a good character for him, and good. Like, I had a mild interest just because Jurassic Park's cool. We'll see. I'll watch her play it a few times, but this makes me more interested. I still don't know if I'm getting it, but I know she's going to be super excited when she finds this out. I bet.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
But that's the last story I had.
Ed Placencia.
Yes, sir.
What is going down with the old YouTubes?
Well, over on the YouTubes, as you mentioned, Gabe, we've got Resident Evil with Friends Part 3 on there. Well done, sir.
Screaming for a living.
Screaming for a living.
It was the first time that I've played a game in a long time that right when I started it up, I was like, why am I doing this?
You immediately regretted
I've already played
it?
part 1 and 2, but I was like, there was something about that long break in between playing it again, I was like, this freaking sucks, man.
That is so fantastic.
I love that.
I know. This is great.
And then we've also got some of the Assassin's Creed, The Curse of the Pharaohs DLC, parts 1 through 4 is up there as well. So you can go and check those out. Looking at our top 10 YouTube videos, combining the average watch time and views for the week of March 6th through the 12th. Number 10, Watch Dogs 2 Part 6, Bottom Dollar Complete. Number 9, Hue Part 7, Yellow. Number 8, Drawful 2, Gameplay.
Nice.
Number 7, Hue Part 4, Pink.
Yes.
Number 6, Ori and the Blind Forest Part 14, Thornfeld Swamp. Number 5, Gabe and Chris react to The Last of Us Part 2.
Yay. There you go.
You better
I'm
stay up
happy
there.
about that.
Me too. I love that.
Go watch that again.
Number 4, Watch Dogs 2 Part 48, Ghost Signals. Number 3, Hue Part 10, University, not a color. Number 2, Watch Dogs 2 Part 19, Paint Job. Number 1, Hue Part 11, Ending.
There you
Jeez.
go. Yes.
I know, right?
I got you.
Dang Hugh.
I know, doggone it.
Stinking
Doggone you,
Hugh.
Hugh. Save it, Hugh. And they were all yellow. Well, every week
And they were all mountains.
we asked you guys a question. Last week was no different. We asked you guys, what game do you wish was on a different console? Starting over in Discord land. Nova Beyond, Patrick Novosel. I would love for Star Wars, The Old Republic, to be on consoles. I've never had a gaming PC, but I love Star Wars. I'm actually pretty surprised the game hasn't migrated over to the consoles yet. I mean, what's the reason it's not on consoles? The X and PS4 have to be powerful enough, right? I would agree with you. I don't think so. Jared or JOR1313. I would love to have Sunset Overdrive on PS4. That game looks so stylish and cool, but it is an Xbox exclusive, so I never got the chance to play it. Oh, and a mainline Pokemon game on iOS would be amazing, but I don't think Nintendo will ever let that happen. Mr. Ham, first of all, Nintendo blockbusters on Sony would be my first choice, because earning a platinum for collecting a baker's dozen worth of moon pieces playing Mario Odyssey and mastering Rainbow Road on Mario Kart would be oh so nice. Secondly, Cuphead, aka the 2D Dark Souls,
The 2D Dark Souls. That's great.
would be my other choice. I only punish myself in video games for two reasons: platinums and pride. If
There
I
you
don't
go.
have both, I ain't doing it.
There you go.
I like that.
I really like that,
I
actually.
like that a lot, yeah. Over on Facebook, the Facebook group, MTTG Community,
Nice.
Jason Chanze? Shanze.
Yep,
I'm going with Shanze because that sounds fancy.
it does.
I hope he's
Oh, you fancy.
I hope he's fixing his tie as I say it.
Did you notice my new urn on top of my Shanzay over there in the corner?
There is only one game on the Xbox that I want and cannot obtain on PS4. I bought it on a Steam sale, but my laptop sounds like a 747 when I try to boot it.
Nice.
That game is Mark of the Ninja. Can any of you tell me what I'm missing and if I should buy an old 360 just to buy it online?
Can any of you tell me what that game is? I've not heard of that.
Well, I looked it up.
Okay.
Because I had not heard of it either, and it's got really, really good reviews.
Really?
Yeah, on Steam, 10 out of 10. IGN, 9 out of 10. Steam DB, 95%. That's up there, Doc.
Yeah, it is.
That's the exact opposite of a game I've been wanting to play, which is Night Trap. It got 5s everywhere.
Night Trap.
Jenna Kirby,
Oh.
Sister Bread fan.
Yeah, Sister Bread fan.
We have a PS4, and Tristan wishes he had Hello Neighbor on there.
Hello, neighbor.
Because I guess it's on Xbox.
Hello, neighbor.
That game looks spooky. You're like a kid running from your neighbor the whole time. It's kind of like the hide and seek thing that me and Ed both hate.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
your favorite things to play.
Exactly. Scott Baker, I was really excited for Guacamelee 2, but then I realized it's not coming to Switch. Major bummer. Epilogue. I just want every game on the Switch.
Oh, there you go.
Lori Rosenbaum, any of them that aren't on PC.
Hey, there you go.
She said just all the games. Just give me all the games.
Just all of the games.
Yeah, all of the games.
Not much. I just want them all.
Yeah, just everything. Haley at Haley Zorel, Sunset Overdrive on PS4.
Oh, look at
Boom,
that.
another one.
Wow.
That's a deep cut too.
Right?
Donnie PSVG at Playing Nintendo. Donnie, you coming to 300? We need you at 300. You were at 200. Just wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, right?
You're just in Atlanta. Come on, Doc. I really wish the Metal Gear Solid HD collection from Vita would come over to the Switch. Great portable gaming. What says you about that, Chris McCracken?
If it was, I might be more inclined to buy a Switch.
I know that's right.
There you go.
There you go.
Kit Corcoran at Kit Corcoran. Oh, man. Leisure Suit Larry for 3DS.
Hey.
For 3DS.
That would be hilarious.
So
Nintendo
random.
would never, ever let something like that happen.
No.
I don't know. They got Outlast going onto the Switch.
That's true.
You never know.
Oliver at Oriba. More Japanese games on the Xbox One. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Sony kind of runs it over there, don't they?
Yeah.
That they do.
Well, I mean, they were going to have, what was that Dragon one, Scalebound, and it got canceled.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-mm. Womp, 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 womp. Thank you guys so much for answering our questions. You know where to find us. Facebook.com/married to the games. Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Of course, marriedtothegames.com. If you want to go all the way back, we've got all the podcasts listed there at marriedtothegames.com. Like Ed said, youtube.com/married to the games. And now on Patreon at patreon.com/MTTG. If you feel so inclined to support the show, we would appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And Eduardo.
Rate
Yay, well done.
Got him.
us on iTunes. One rating, one review can help Piper stay healthy for one more week.
Hey.
The
In
more
the
you know.
arms of
In the arms of a child.
Can you please just go put her outside shivering in the rain and just get a little video of it? Put this on.
You can come in when you're not contagious.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you,
Come
Mr.
in when I
Ed.
get this shot.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Ed. That was
Yes.
very sweet.
We need her to be healthy.
Yes.
That is really funny.
That's great.
Well, let's get into some questions.
Let's get into some questions. Before we do that, though, I actually do have a funny story. A couple days ago, Lauren and I were in the car, and the podcast was on because my phone connected to Bluetooth and just started playing, and it was right at our cereal conversation. So Lauren's listening to it, and she's like starting to get tense. She's like, "Has anybody ever heard of Cocoa Pebbles before, people?" And then Ed, when you said that the cereal that looks like a bale of hay, she was like, "Ed, really? Have you lived in a cave your whole life?" So the quote of that entire conversation from her was, "You nerds are infuriating." She was so mad that
Why?
you guys because you didn't know all the different cereals that we knew.
I will
but
say,
it's because we hated them. Remember, it's because we hate them.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's true, but she was just like, "You guys." She's like, "Ed doesn't know what frosted mini wheats are."
The name just escaped me.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah,
funny.
I said frosted mini
the
wheats.
Cocoa Pebbles are a little bit better than Fruity Pebbles, but they still suck because they're Pebbles.
They still suck.
You know,
no,
what?
I'm with you. Yeah,
Cocoa
but
Pebbles are awesome.
Nah.
She was all fired up. It was great. I love getting reactions from her. She's like, "Oh, you nerds are infuriating."
That's really funny.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Exactly. All right, let's start with Discord. Let's start with Eric Thompson, and he's got a deep one.
Oh no.
Does a straw have 2 holes or just one?
One
Yeah, one.
long hole.
2 openings, 1 hole.
Hey,
That's
there
right.
it is.
It's like a tunnel.
Amen.
Well done.
Yes, exactly right.
Do we win a prize for that or something? It's like some sort of riddle me this question.
Yeah,
But
that's
You can't
well done.
stump us.
That's right. There's no stumping.
I kind of feel like everybody's expecting me to say 2.
Just to be different.
Let's move on to Mr. Ham, of course. Hey, fellers. Happy National Open an Umbrella Indoors Day.
No.
What the? Come on now.
What? No, you can't just make these up.
Yeah, he is. He's totally making them up some weird thing. So, do you guys have anything you do for good luck or avoid because of bad luck? Would you open an umbrella inside? Would you ever walk under a ladder? Does a black cat crossing your path freak you out? Ever knock on wood? Share your thoughts on luck and any superstitions you have, serious and not so serious, of course.
I don't have any of that.
Yeah, neither do I.
I do knock on wood.
I used to definitely sing the "Step on Crack and You Break Your Mother's Back" song, but I didn't really believe it. I was
Right.
just saying it.
Right.
Usually I don't walk under a ladder just because it's not the most comfortable thing to do.
I know that's right.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I don't
Chris?
really. I don't adhere to any. There's occasional I'll be talking with somebody and be like, "Oh, knock on wood," and I'll knock on something, but it's not because I'm really
Right.
scared that I need
You
to do that.
exactly.
Right.
You do it all in jest.
Yeah, I don't ever really pay
Black
attention.
black cats don't freak me out either.
You guys don't have anything like you have to wear like your team's jersey when they play or anything like that?
Nah, Doc.
No.
I don't have to. No.
No.
Mm-mm. The Titans lose enough as it is.
Hey,
So
very true.
that's obviously not helping me.
So do the fuel.
And I used to have a black cat, so if that thing
There
was
you
bad
go.
luck, that would have
Right.
been a mess.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so we are conclusion. We are not a superstitious bunch
Yeah,
at
we're
all.
superstition free.
That's right. All right, MLS Shop. You are holding your phone vertically. You want to hold horizontally. Do you turn clockwise or counterclockwise? I'm always counterclockwise, and it bugs me when horizontally designed apps or games start up facing the wrong way. Hashtag, am I crazy?
Yeah, I'm the same. I turn it counter.
I do
Yep.
too, just because usually I'm taking
we're
the
probably all
picture with my
right-handed.
right hand. Yeah.
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 Yeah, you got to keep your hand away from that lens.
Well, not only that, like if I'm
Hey.
playing a game or if I'm watching something, I do that because, again, I'm typically holding it with my right hand, and that way I'm cupping the speaker to where it comes towards me.
Oh, right.
If it's the other way,
Who does it the other way?
left-handed
Yeah.
people probably.
Maybe
It's got to
lefties?
be lefties. Yeah,
no,
it's gotta
but
be.
even they would have to learn to do it the other way for picture taking.
No, they could turn it clockwise.
No, yeah, you can still
can
take a
turn it either
picture with
way.
your left hand, holding it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. Yes, you're right. Sorry, I'm
Yes.
thinking of turning it counterclockwise.
To where like the
but
top
holding
is
it
in
with
your
my
left hand. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could turn it
Yeah,
the
there
other
you
way,
go.
but just because I'm a righty, that's what I default to typically.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
There
that'd
you
be
go.
weird to see.
All right, Fluxel. As tomorrow, which would probably, I think he means Wednesday,
Mhm.
is National Pie Day. What is your favorite pie? Have we had this question before? I
Uh-huh.
can't remember.
Yep.
Was it pie or cake? I couldn't
And I
remember.
think that is it. Chris, do you not like pie?
Yeah, not applicable. That's my answer.
That's right, not
NA.
applicable. Warm fruit. That's right. We had the warm fruit conversation.
right.
Actually, I'll
There it
do
is.
chocolate pie. You just don't find them super often.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. Cherry or apple for me.
Ed?
Yeah, I'm going to go with chocolate pie as well.
Ooh.
Chocolate peanut butter pie.
You lost me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I would go with pumpkin.
Oh,
Pumpkin
nice.
pie. Little pumpkin pie. Awesome.
Cobbler doesn't count, right? Even though sometimes it's served like a pie.
No.
Man, I love cobbler. Cobbler is
Because,
delicious.
man, oh man, I had some cobbler the other day that made me want to smack somebody.
Yeah.
Did you? Beautiful.
I almost did.
Nice. Peach, blackberry, what's one? What kind
Peach.
of cobbler?
I don't care because I'm really in it for the cobbler part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really in it for the fruit. I'm in it for that that freaking crust.
I have a bowl of that crust, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yum.
Don't scrimp on that.
No.
Yum. Love it. Good question. Thank you for that. Jared, or what was the loudest thing you've ever heard? For me, it would be a tie between a 50 caliber muzzle loader without hearing protection and a hovering.
Why would you do that?
I know, right? And a hovering Harrier jet. Now, I don't know where he is around a Harrier jet, but holy cow, yes, those are loud.
Probably the Air Force.
Secret agent.
I would say, so on stage we wear things called in-ears, and they're molded to the inside of your ear. And every once in the blue, something, especially when I first had them, something will feed back in the mics and it'll just screech. And you rock those things really soft because they're right next to your eardrum, because the tube kind of goes down into your ear. That's how they stay in so good. And so, when we first were getting those, and maybe a guitar would do something crazy, or somebody's mic would just squeal in the thing.
Painful.
It bends everybody over. Everybody's like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
So that for sure.
And then you all look at Tim and are like, "Come on, man."
Yeah, you're like, "Are you serious? First time?"
That's awesome. Get it together.
Exactly. What about you, Chris?
The loudest thing that I've ever heard is the dragsters at NHRA.
Oh, right.
And the funny cars as well. Like, they're ridiculously loud. I'll wear ear protection and I still will press on them because it's just so loud. And it shakes your whole body. It's like the craziest thing. It's the most amazing thing to take somebody to one of those their very first time and just see their reaction when those things go down, in 3 seconds and it's done.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But it's loud.
I'm not sure what we're talking about.
The dragsters at a drag strip, NHRA, National Hot Rod Association, the drag races.
Oh, the ones with the fire coming out and stuff?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, that sounds
would
loud.
Yeah.
That would be
They're crazy
very
loud.
Tim?
Man, for me, honestly, it was last year during the playoffs with the Predators. Bridgestone Arena was freaking loud. It was to the point, when they did a TV timeout and then you come back, everybody had towels, and it was your ears were just ringing. My ears were ringing probably for a good hour after leaving Bridgestone Arena. It was that loud. And that was during the conference finals against the Ducks, which was really cool. And I brought Piper to one of those, and I brought headphones, and she used them at first, and but I think she got used to it, and then she's up there screaming and hollering too. So it was
wow.
It was pretty incredible. I'm sure she's lost some hearing because of it, because it was super loud.
I know that's right. Edward?
I'm not probably a concert or something. I'm thinking they have what was called the Purple Door concert up in Purple Door Festival up in Pennsylvania, and they had
That's right.
Family Force 5 or POD or bands like that, and that definitely got loud.
Yeah, POD would be definitely loud.
I miss POD.
I forgot about
right.
Purple Door, man. I remember that.
Me too.
That one rocked.
Yeah, good call.
That was a great call.
Good question.
All right, let's move on to Facebook. Here's an interesting one for you. Matthew Serta. What's the worst thing you've heard somebody pour down a drain pipe? First off, why?
Road crew is why.
Okay, that's why.
Oh my gosh. Serta.
What? I can't think of anything except water.
Yeah, water, vomit, whatever. I don't know.
Chris, you met Serta
Yeah.
when we were there with the beard.
I don't have an answer for his question, though.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever seen pouring down a drain pipe?
Or no, what's the worst thing you've heard somebody pour down a drain pipe? I don't get.
It's just to make us say what over and over.
Of course.
Say what?
Of course.
Say what?
It's,
Say what?
It's to make us say pass. All right, Kevin Miller Jr. Here we go.
Banned.
Yeah, exactly. Blackballed. Kevin Miller Jr. Hey guys, so question this week. My wife and I are working on getting pregnant. This will be our first child, but my second. Once we do get preggo, the plan is for me to be a stay-at-home dad. Personally, I'm looking forward to it. Being a dad has been one of the greatest things to ever happen to me. What advice would you have for a fellow gamer/dad looking to go on this endeavor?
Don't rub it into all your other dad friends that aren't
Seriously.
stay-at-home dads.
Dude, I would love to be a stay-at-home dad. I think it would be incredible. And I think I'd be pretty good at it.
Yeah, I would say
absolutely love that.
I would say find a man, it's so hard because babies you don't really do anything with. I was gonna say like find something y'all both enjoy together, but babies don't do crap.
They sit there.
Yeah, I would say, man,
They
Just
wobble
enjoy
their
it,
heads.
man.
yeah, do all the things that you're not going to be able to do 3 years from
later
now.
on. Yeah, later on. And just enjoy it. Like, put the kids down for a nap, go play some games, come back when they're
Or,
up. And
you know, the other thing is, too, if he has another kid, this is a great opportunity to teach selflessness because
There you go.
kids are usually selfish by nature. And so with the other kid, you can just really like hone it in like, hey, man, this is how it goes sometimes. And like, you don't always get your way. You don't always get to go and do whatever you want to do. You know, sometimes you got to sit back and watch the baby. So
there you go.
teach selflessness.
And I would say maybe pace yourself throughout the day, like get some stuff done and just, try and plan ahead as much as you can. This is more on the logistics side of things. But I mean, he's a dad. He knows what he's doing, but just, have fun with it. Man, stay-at-home dad would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'd love that. I think that'd be great.
There you go.
Good
Chris?
question.
Not applicable.
Chris and
Chris?
Ed, you want
Chris?
Exactly.
That's so funny. Well, definitely good luck to you, sir. I think that's great. And definitely get us an update on how things are going.
Yeah, man.
Twitter, Brett T. Bawden. Of the games you own, how many are still in plastic? I counted last week, and I have 19 brand new unopened games.
Stop buying
Hashtag-
games.
T. Bawden.
Hashtag pile of shame. Hashtag first world problems.
That's for sure.
That is right for sure. Stop buying games.
19?
What?
That's insane.
What is wrong with you?
Let's just rub it in his face.
Stop it.
Exactly. Somebody hit him in the nose with some newspaper, please.
That's right.
Whack. Right in the nose. Spray him with a water bottle.
That's right. I do have one still in shrink wrap, and that's Watch Dogs 2.
That's mine.
Aw.
Get out. Aw,
I'm sorry. I
twinsies.
have two. I have Watch Dogs 2 and Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I do have... Oh, no, that one doesn't count. I started it. Never mind.
Cool.
Chris, you have any in shrink wrap?
I don't think I have any.
You're
He's
digital.
digital,
Yeah.
I know, right?
Do you
Not
have an
applicable.
equivalent? Do you have an equivalent where you've downloaded something and not even started it?
Yeah, I downloaded Drive Club back when it was the PS Plus version. I've never started it once.
There you go. So you're digitally in shrink wrap.
Yeah.
Ed?
Nah, man.
That's right, baby.
I
You
paid
play
for
those
it.
games, Ed.
I paid for it. I'm going to play it.
I know, man. You are a beast when it comes to that, man. Every time you're like, jump on to the next game, and I'm just trying to catch up with you, and there's just no way that's happening.
So just for like a quick math, and not that they're all retail price games, but that's $1,140 he has sitting there in shrink.
Dude.
Wow.
If you were to just times 19 by 60.
By
Stop
60, yeah.
it.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Brett,
Come pay
what
my
do you have to
mortgage,
s-
Bishop.
Yeah,
right?
Brett, what do you have to say for yourself there, champ? What you got?
yeah, right? We better see you at Extra Life, Brett.
That's you better play at least 2 games at Extra Life, Brett.
You got 24 hours worth of games right there.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
That's right. We love you. Just make it happen, sir. Just make it happen.
that Utah
Just
weirdness.
Make it happen.
That is that Utah
Yeah.
weirdness, baby. Utah weirdness. Yes. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Good call.
Great call. Final question. Bear the Hairless, a.k.a. Chad Fackler. Simple, hard question. What is your favorite bad movie to watch? That one you will always sit down to, but might not want to admit you really love it, because most people think it's awful. Mine is Real Genius. In the immortal words of Socrates, I drank what? That was a great movie, by the way.
Yeah, I don't
Real
think most
Genius,
people think it's
Val
horrible.
Kilmer.
I
No,
don't-
I
I
don't
never
think so
saw
at all.
it.
I loved
I don't even
loved
heard of that.
Maybe
loved
if you
that
saw
movie.
it now, you'd probably, but if you grew up with it in the 80s, everyone loved that.
Yeah, me too. Yep, I grew
Come
up
on,
with
man.
it. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, 73 on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not that bad.
See, there you go.
Yeah, it's great.
Mine is Face Off. or
Yes.
or Broken Arrow.
Chris is just bedazzled.
Yeah, but see, that doesn't apply because I don't mind telling people that. I'm not embarrassed to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're
holy
not-
crap! Face Off has got a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Yeah, see?
I was not expecting that. That's not a bad movie. I thought it was a bad movie this whole
But
time.
I think it's bad, but I feel like everyone likes it.
Oh, then I'll go with Broken Arrow, which has a 61% on,
There you go.
or 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, 61 on Metacritic. There we go. That's better.
Wow.
There you go.
So Chris, yours is Bedazzled, or what's another bad movie that you like watching?
I can't think of one that I like watching that I try to hide or anything. I
Yeah, yeah.
Well, just that's bad, because none of us are really hide guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not ashamed.
I mean, is Home Alone? Are the Home Alone movies bad? I like those. Are those bad?
3 and 4 are.
Well, I guess
There's a
I've only
fourth
seen
one?
1 and 2.
Yeah.
I never saw 3 or 4.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Sorry, I was talking about the
I've
originals.
only seen the Macaulay ones.
Oh shoot, man! I don't know. Well, okay, another movie that I'll watch all the time when it comes, if it comes on, and I even own it, so I'll watch it. Is Gone in 60 Seconds, the Nick Cage one. Is that one bad?
There you go.
I don't think
I
that's
don't-
bad either.
Dang,
I love
People
that.
like that one a lot.
Eleanor, man. Eleanor makes the movie.
Yeah, people love that one.
I can't think of something. Let me y'all move on, and I'll open
No,
up
I
the
can't-
iTunes and find out what I own.
Edward,
Titanic 2.
shut up.
Nope.
There's
Wait,
a 2?
What?
Yeah.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is. It was on Netflix.
And you like it?
We loved it
Oh man.
because it's horrible.
Oh, you did
What's
not.
it? What are they? What is it? What like?
Exactly.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
what we
Just
said
say
when
no
we-
more.
When we saw it on there, we were like,
Oh, you
"What?"
have to watch that. That's. Yeah, I could totally see you guys flipping through Netflix and being like, Titanic 2. We have to watch this.
Yes.
What's it about?
They build a new Titanic, and this one's not going to be able to sink, and it does, and they did it on a $40 budget.
Are you serious?
It's
What
It's horrible.
the-
So
What?
can people just do that? Like take James Cameron's movie and make a sequel of it?
I guess so. Well, I guess it's not technically a sequel of the movie. It's the second Titanic ship.
It's called Titanic 2.
Right, but it's like
Titanic
the second
2.
Titanic boat, not necessarily.
Is it like Titanic also? TOO?
Is it a
No.
ghost movie?
It's not a ghost movie, no.
Okay.
That's another one, Ghost Dad.
Oh my gosh,
Ghost
I never saw that.
Dad.
With Bill
That's
Cosby.
probably a bad movie.
Freaking
And I used to love
Ghost
that movie.
Dad. Yeah.
All right, I found one. A movie. I actually haven't seen it in a long time, but if it came on TV, I would watch it. It's Kingpin.
Oh, that was
bad.
good.
A lot of people like that movie though.
I remember. I think I actually own it somewhere. I think I bought it one time. I was like, Stacy, we should watch this. And I remember, like, not even a quarter of the way through, she just turned to me and said, "You bought this? Wait, you like this movie?"
awesome.
And I was like, "Yeah."
That's awesome.
I'll go also with Hook with Robin Williams.
Oh,
Yeah,
people love
yeah,
that
that's
one.
Yeah,
dude.
I like that. I don't think that's bad.
It was panned at first though.
It was critics.
Well,
panned it,
critics
but
are idiots.
People love it.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I got one. But it kind of has like a good memory for me because when Lauren and I were in college, we both took a night class together, and because I was DJing during the weekend, we'd do all of our dates during the week. So we went to the movies a lot, and so we saw Anaconda in the theater, and it was
yes.
awesome. It was awesome,
There
and
you
I'll
go.
still
There
I
you
will
go.
still watch that to this day because it brings back great memories. But that movie is terrible.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that being anywhere close to good.
What's the shark
No.
movie with Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh,
Blue-
yes.
Blue,
Oh.
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue,
Deep Blue Sea. Deep Blue.
Oh, we
Man,
saw that
that movie
in
was
the
terrible.
theaters too. We
That
saw that
was
in the
so
theaters
bad.
too.
But I will definitely watch that.
Absolutely, just to see him get jumped.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, spoiler, he gets eaten mid-sentence.
It's so amazing.
In like the first 10 minutes of the movie or something, it's great.
Wow.
It's really random.
Yeah, it is.
Completely. But yeah, Anaconda was pretty amazing.
That's funny.
There you go. I like it.
That's it. That's it for all the questions. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it.
Mhm.
Sweet. The question of the week for you guys. Hypothetical,
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
which I know Chris doesn't like usually.
He's thrilled beyond measure.
There's a video game tournament in your town.
Oh, good.
The prize is like $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you're like, I could win this tournament. What game would it have to be for you to be like, I could win this tournament?
Space Ace.
Ooh, a Space Ace tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Would that have to be
Tournament.
speed or lives? What would it have to be, you think? for Space Ace?
Just who can get the furthest on the 3 lives that you get?
There you go. I like that.
Boom.
Router?
Oh, dude, I don't have one.
Rocket League?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay
I don't know,
at
man.
Rocket
Rocket
League.
League. There's
No,
some,
dude, there
there's
good
some
people.
ridiculous
Yeah.
people out there.
legit,
Oh, man.
ridiculous people. I like look at that and I'm like, how are you doing that? And that is amazing, and I will never get to that level.
What about like Hearthstone?
Yeah. Again, there's still so many.
Yeah.
There's still so many good people, but we'll go with Hearthstone for now because I mean, I can hold my own definitely.
There you go. Christopher?
So the big secret about me is that I'm not very good at games. I'm not
Dude.
good enough to excel at any of them. But I will say, back in the day, like I'd say around Black Ops and then Modern Warfare 3, I was really
Got pretty
good
good
at Call of Duty Search and Destroy specifically. And they don't really have like a 1v1 Search and Destroy, but I'd say for this fictitious thing, we had a 1v1 Search and Destroy, and I feel like I'd be able to hold my own at that.
You get that 5K?
Man.
I think you're a really good FPS player because of you grew up with all that. And you,
I mean, I'm all right, but I'm not
right,
anything to
good.
write home about.
okay,
FPSs are so hard because
Yeah.
there's so many people that are so good
right,
that I can feel Chris's apprehension to say
right.
any
It's-
FPS you'd kill
Yeah,
it
now
at.
everybody's going to challenge me. All right, 1v1. I'm like,
Let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
Exactly.
You, me,
I've
one man.
I feel like I have an advantage because my town is way smaller than you guys.
Right, that's
Yeah.
true.
It'd be you,
would
versus
win
the guy
hands
who's putting
down.
on the tournament.
Right. You know what?
Exactly.
You pick the game, sir.
I would say I can hold my own in Mario Kart.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, you can.
That I
That's a
can
good one.
see
Yeah?
you do. Absolutely.
Good answer.
I think if somebody was like, hey, we're having a Mario Kart tournament, you know what? I'll go out on a limb and say Dr. Mario as well.
Ooh.
Oh, Jenny will
I-
beat you on that one,
I
though.
think I'd win both. I think we'd get first and second.
All right, there you go. Patillo's
Nice.
first and second.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, if
I
you
like it.
divide it up the way they do,
Mm-hmm.
I'd win the men's. She'd win the women's.
Sure.
It's like just because the March Madness is coming up got me separating them out like that.
Oh, there you go.
Let us know, man. There's a tournament in your town. The purse is $5,000, and you're like, I could get it if it's this game. Fill in the blank. Let us know what game you'd freaking be walking home with that big paper check that doesn't fit in your car.
Oh, I love those.
It's like you can't cash at me or something.
Cash at me.
Cash me outside, baby.
You can't cash me outside. Let us know. Man, this is a short episode.
I know
I
it
know.
is, isn't it?
Do we need to
Wow,
string
I
this
thought
out
I
a
went
little bit?
long on the update.
I know.
Maybe I should start tap dancing. Hold on a second.
Yeah, let's
All
go.
right, do it.
Dit. Hello, my baby. Hello,
Look at
my
him go.
dog.
Look at him go.
Hello, my ragtime gal.
Send me a kiss, my wife. Baby, my heart's on fire.
Wow. He knows.
When you
the
wrote
words.
that, well, he wrote the song.
That's true.
That's right. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we could spend a half an hour on this. Let's go. Bring it
It
on.
was about his prom date. That's true.
There you go. Oh,
That's
Lord.
really funny. Let us know
Poor
what
Jim.
tournament you would win in your town. Use hashtag answer MTG. That poodle skirt gets him every time.
That's right, man.
I just can't imagine the look on his face when he saw the first movie with sound.
What do you want, Mary? You want the moon? I'll lasso the moon for you, Mary.
Yeah, pull it down. Oh my God. Is that Wonderful Life?
Yeah. Tommy.
When
Yeah,
you guys were
whatever.
doing that screenplay where they were like, that's the best thing ever.
No, everybody hated initially.
Oh, really?
We had to
You
go
really
back
talk
and do
them
all
into it.
kinds
Back
of
to the drawing
marketing on
board.
it. Yeah, the whole back to the drawing board, the whole thing.
Which, of course, was just a piece of slate.
Which was slate, which was a cave.
Fictitious drawing board.
We had to carve it out.
Your chisel and hammer. Right. Oh my gosh, that's funny stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
Yep.
2
Let us
minutes
know.
burned.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome. I am Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing. Peace!
Testing 1, 2, bottom out on me.
You're right where I wanna be.
Testing where I wanna be.
Yes, go.